What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Turnbuckle Tommy Picks. Appreciate you joining. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get this stuff up here. I'm currently watching the Reds and Braves. Had the Reds minus a half first five. Thought it was a safe play, and it's actually looking like the Reds might blow it. They had a 3-0 lead, and now it is bases loaded, 3-1 with one out, bottom of the fourth. So there's a good chance that Abbott might mess this up, which doesn't surprise me. Listen, guys, you got to understand when it comes to handicapping baseball, baseball is the hardest sport to truly handicap, to be profitable, consistent, and it's because it's such a volatile sport. It really is. Any day of the week, the worst team can sweep the best team. You can take a team that has every single advantage on the board, starting, pitching, bullpen, batting, everything, and they can get swept by one of the worst teams in the league. It's just the way it works. The season's so long, 162 games. Yeah, and it just makes it very volatile. Makes it very hard to read. You can handicap a game right. Always trust your handicapping. You can handicap a game perfect and it just not go your way. It doesn't mean you're a bad capper. It just means that's the nature of the business, man. And that's why people tell you it's a long-term thing. You got to approach sports betting like you do the stock market. Basically, you want to have a positive ROI at the end of every month or end of every year and every week, however you're tracking. But that's the goal, is to just have a positive ROI. So anyway, want to talk to you about tomorrow's games, August 1st. Not going to go through all the games, but the pitching matchups, most of them did come out, and a lot of the lines are out. So I have put a few bets in the slip. I want to tell you guys what I like. So one of the first games I'm looking at is Detroit at Phillies tomorrow. Phillies money lines minus 155. The run lines plus 145. I might build a -1 and take the Phillies. You're going to have Jack Flaherty on the mound for Detroit, and Ranger Suarez is going for the Phillies. Excuse me. The Phillies they're a different team at home. They don't do squat on the road sometimes, and most times actually, they've been a pretty bad road team, and at home though they're a different animal. At home they have no problem putting up 8-9 runs. I mean they do it regularly. Ranger Suarez, he's been solid, 8-4 in his starts, 2.59 ERA. Jack Flaherty on the other hand, 6-10 in his starts, 4.51 ERA. They have had a very, very small sample size as far as the matchups for Flaherty and for Suarez. It's a very small sample size. They have seen these lineups before. I just like the spot for the Phillies. I think Ranger Suarez will deal here. At home, they play much better. So the Phillies money line is something I'm looking at. Like I said, I might take the money line and then take the run line as well, and build my own -1. Another one I'm looking at is Padres money line. Tomorrow we got St. Louis Cardinals at San Diego. And San Diego has been, man, they've been killing it at home. They're kind of on a little tear. Nick Pivetta is going to be starting, and I'm a Nick Pivetta fan. They're 10-3 in his starts, 2.81 ERA. You got Matthew Liberatore on the mound for St. Louis. He's a left-handed pitcher, 6-8 in his starts, 5.04 ERA. The Padres over the last 30 days have been, let me see here. Yeah, they're 11th over the last 30 days against hitting left-handed pitchers. So I do think that they can get to Libertor. I, Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of Libertor. Some of these guys have seen him a few times. Manny Machado's batting 667 off of him with a 2.417 OPS. That's crazy. That means he is smacking uh, Libertor when he sees him. You got Merrill, Merrill's batting 500. Maldonado's batting 500. Johnson's batting 1,000. Cronenworth's batting 500. So these guys are definitely hitting him. Pavetta's got good numbers against the Cardinals' bats. He deals at home too. He's been a much better pitcher at home. So I'm definitely looking at the Padres money line. You can get that at a minus 145 right now. And my underdog for tomorrow's slate is the Rockies. I like the Rockies. They're playing the Pirates. The only thing I don't like is right now it's plus 125, but at the same time, you're probably not going to get much better. They are playing the Pirates, but you got Andrew Heaney, who's a lefty coming in for the Pirates, and Andrew Heaney, it hasn't been that great. The Pirates are 5-9 in his starts, 4.79 ERA, and more than that is the Rockies. The Rockies are a top 10 team in the last 30 days against left-handed pitchers. They're back at home. You got Sensatella on the mound. A 6.68 ERA. He hasn't been that great, but the Pirates are actually one of the worst road teams against right-handed pitchers. So they do have that going for them. I like the Rockies in this spot, man. That elevation's a real thing. The Rockies are used to it. Pirates coming in for that game one. I just think it's a good spot for the Rockies, and I also like the under in that game. The total is at 11.5 right now. Uh, I like the under because I don't. It's Rocky's first game back home after a long road trip. Yet, granted, they had the day off. They had rest, but I don't think they're gonna go out and just put up 7-8 runs. I really don't. And the Pirates, again, like I said, one of the worst road teams against right-handed pitchers. So I do like the under 11.5. I could see this being like a 6-4 win, 6-3 win for the Rockies. So yeah, I'm looking at the under, and I'm definitely checking out the Rockies money line. And the next bet that I have in the slip is Minnesota at Cleveland. I like the under 7.5. I was really hoping the books were going to put out at 8. I didn't think I'd get that lucky, but you got Joe Ryan taking the mound for Minnesota and Gavin Williams going for the Guardians. These have been two. Joe Ryan is probably Minnesota's best pitcher that they have right now. They're 10-5 in his starts, 2.82 ERA. Gavin Williams is 6-4. Guardians 6-4 in his starts, 3.51 ERA. He's been decent. Both these guys have been very serviceable. Right now, I don't think either offense is really smacking the ball like that. They haven't seen Williams hasn't seen Minnesota's lineup, but except I believe a couple guys. He's seen he's seen Jeffers and no, I'm sorry. He's actually seen all of their guys. They just aren't hitting him. A couple of the guys are hitting him. That's it. You got Jeffers with batting 400 against him, and Wallner batting 429. Literally everyone else is zero. So take that for what it's worth. Maybe this is a Cleveland spot. Minnesota just got smoked by Boston in that last game at home. I was actually not a, I was on Minnesota in that game, and I wasn't a fan. Meanwhile, these Cleveland bats have seen Joe Ryan before, and they're not killing them, but they are touching them. You got a couple guys like Fry batting 500 and Rocio batting 500, but they are touching them. I just think it's a spot. Minnesota coming in for that first game on the road. Uh, Cleveland at home. Gavin Williams on the bump. I like the spot for the under. I think this will be a low scoring game, and if you want, I would lean Cleveland money line, but I prefer the under more than anything. And the last one I'm looking at is there are a couple more. The lines aren't out yet, and I don't want to give anything. If the lines aren't out, I don't want to give out picks. There are a couple other ones I'm looking at, but Milwaukee at Washington. You got Jose Quintana on the bump for Milwaukee. They're 7-4 in his starts. He's got a 3.50 ERA. He's been decent. Mitchell Parker's taken the mound for Washington. 7-10 in Mitchell Parker's starts. 4.91 ERA. I'm not a fan of Mitchell Parker at all. I don't think he's that good. Milwaukee is batting, I believe, like 13th or something like that over the last 30 days against left-handed pitchers. Meanwhile, Nationals are not. They are ranked in the bottom 5 over the last 30 days against left-handed pitchers. Now, they have Quintana has seen this Nationals lineup before. You got Garcia Jr. is batting 500. Other than that, everyone else is you have one other. You have Adams batting 333. Everyone else is under 200. They're not really getting to Quintana like that. Meanwhile, Milwaukee and Parker. You got Churio batting 429. Not sure if he'll be in the lineup tomorrow, but he hopefully will be. You got Contreras batting 286. You got Durbin batting 500. Not to mention Durbin's a monster. This kid's killing it this year. You got Frelick batting 1,000. Monasterio batting 1,000. Ortiz Jr. 250. Yelich batting 500. Vaughn 200. So, these guys are hitting Mitchell Parker. I don't think they'll have a problem hitting him up tomorrow. Especially, I think they're going to be a little pissed off about that ass whooping they took from the Cubs the other day. I think they come out and take it out on the Nationals. Personally, I like the run line at plus 105. It's the money line's minus 155. Maybe build a -1 again or something. But I'm not sure. I might just take the run line. Maybe wait, see it. Maybe see if some money comes in on the Nationals and brings that up a little bit. A couple other ones I was looking at was you have New York Yankees going to Miami tomorrow, and the pitchers, New York's going to be starting Carlos Rodon, and Miami's going with Jansen Junk. They don't have a line out yet. I do like New York in this spot. Miami does not do as well at home as they've been a great road team. At home, not so much. Not to mention, they are abysmal against left-handed pitchers. They are literally like dead last. They cannot hit left-handed pitchers to save their life, whether it's on the road, at home. I understand Jansen Junk's he's been a good pitcher, 5-2 in his starts, 3.28 ERA. He has given up some recently. I think New York gets to him. I like the spot for them, so I'm going to wait, see what the line is. San Francisco Giants going on the road to New York Mets. David Peterson getting on the bump for the Mets. Here's a left-handed pitcher, 2.83 ERA. San Francisco is not good on the road. They are more of a home team, and even then they're questionable. Mets are still one of the best home teams in MLB. Last year they were the best second-half team in MLB, and I think they're getting ready to take off. I know they just got beat up pretty bad the other day, and I think they come back home. This is a good spot to get right. I'm going to be looking to jump on the Mets in some kind of way in that game. And then you got a couple. I got to wait to see what the lines do. You got Royals at Blue Jays. Don't know what pitcher's going to be going for the Royals. You got Hunter Brown going for the Astros tomorrow. He's going to be going against Boston. Again, Boston's one of those teams at home is just a little different. Astros were hitting a big slump there. Hunter Brown's not looking like the same Hunter Brown. Not sure what that. I don't know. I might stay away from that one. But the last one I am looking to do something with is I am looking to back my Chicago White Sox. I am a White Sox fan. I love the White Sox ever since I was a little kid. And Frank Thomas, Big Hurt. Big Hurt. I was a huge fan of Big Hurt. So, yeah, my Chicago White Sox are going to be playing the Angels. Now, I understand the Angels at home. They've been good. They've been winning. But you got Tyler Anderson taking them out. This is a left-handed pitcher. I am a firm believer that you can't put a left-handed pitcher in front of the White Sox. I understand that Jesus Luzardo did a pretty decent job against them the other night. I get that. But the night before that, they smacked up Christopher Sanchez, who has been probably the best left-handed pitcher in the league this year as far as most consistent, most untouchable. And they smacked him around like he owed them money. I think that, maybe the bats were flat just from putting up so many the night before that second night against Luzardo. I don't know. Now they've had a rest day. They've had a day off. I think that they get to Tyler Anderson. I think they make Tyler Anderson's life absolutely miserable. I am going to be looking to jump on the White Sox money line. So, anyways, guys, that's it. That's what I got for you tonight. Good luck on your bets, everybody. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully we can cash some tickets. You know what I'm saying? Let's smoke them. That's all I'm trying to do. Cash tickets, get to the window, and smoke them. Everyone have a good night. Enjoy the baseball games. And don't forget, Hall of Fame game preseason starts tonight. Football is almost here. And I can't wait because we're going to kill it. We did great in football last year. Finished with a 57.2% hit rate. Not too shabby. So I'd like to make it a little better this year, even if it's just 1%. But I just want to make money. Let's make money. I like helping people make money. I like making money. Everyone have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.